I'll tell you something no one dares whisper. You didn't choose the marks carved into your story. They arrived early, carved deep, and lingered long after the noise faded. But look at you now, still breathing in quiet defiance, still holding pieces no one knew you carried, still shaping meaning from wounds that tried to erase your name. People think strength comes from calm mornings and clear skies. They never mention the nights where your thoughts spiraled like broken glass. They never speak about the pressure that cracked foundations yet sharpened your senses. You learn to see the world in ways others cannot. You learn to read tension as if it were ink, and you learn to stand firm when everything else trembled. Every scar became a lesson carved in silence, a signature you never asked for, yet carry with a steady grip. Others fear the shadows inside them, but you mastered quiet conversations with your own. You faced the edges without flinching. You observed your fears until they lost their shape. You learned to bend without breaking. You learned to rise without applause. There is a strange humor in the way life molds us. People expect smiles without understanding the storms that shaped them. They expect calm without seeing the battles that forged it. But you understood early that chaos can be a mentor. You understood resistance can sculpt clarity. And you understood that pressure doesn't only crush. Sometimes it creates precision. You carried weight that would have folded others. You carried memories layered with tension and quiet ache. And instead of fading, you sharpened. Instead of collapsing, you recalibrated. Instead of retreating, you rebuilt from the shattered pieces. Every moment that once felt like an ending became another step in your evolution, another shift in your structure, another spark in your hidden arsenal. You became something forged through endurance, something shaped by shadows and refined through pressure, something that learned to convert pain into perspective. Every scar became a coded message whispered through time. Every setback carved another symbol into your resolve, and every silent night strengthened a mind that refused to bow, a mind that now smiles at the tension others fear. So here you stand, stitched together by choices no one saw, balanced between chaos and clarity, carrying stories written in pressure and persistence. And I must say, those signatures you never agreed to write turned you into someone far more precise than anyone ever expected. Pressure isn't polite. It doesn't knock. It doesn't wait. It slams against your chest and whispers you're done. Some people fold instantly, snap, shatter. Their cries are muffled by expectation and fear. But not you. You feel the weight and you welcome it. You don't flinch, you don't plead, you study it. You dissect it like it owes you answers. Every tight corner, every suffocating moment, every glance that underestimates you becomes a tool. You sharpen instinct into strategy. You take anxiety, twist it, and make it obedient. Others panic. You calculate. Others scream. You measure. Others wilt. You pivot. Pressure is no longer a threat. It's a lens, a scalpel, a weapon of unseen clarity that you wield in silence. And here's the cruel twist. People believe comfort breeds strength. They believe ease creates mastery. But you know the truth. Only tension, only friction, only moments that grind against your bones reveal the precision hidden in chaos. Every heartbeat in fear becomes a metronome. Every glance of doubt from another becomes a map. You become methodical, cold, beautifully exact. The pressure sculpts you, and you in turn sculpt the world around you. You've watched others collapse under scrutiny. Their words tremble, their resolve crumbles like dried clay. And yet, in the same storm, you move with intention. You see openings they cannot. You anticipate patterns they refuse to acknowledge. Your mind is a theater of strategy. Every pressure point becomes a rehearsal. Every setback becomes choreography. You are a master of unseen calculations. Do you feel it? That thrill? That pulse when the walls tighten? That edge that tests every nerve? That's where your brilliance ignites. That's where ordinary fractures in you emerge, sharper, faster, more certain. Pressure is not punishment. Pressure is revelation. And you, my friend, are the revelation's favorite child. So next time the world leans on your chest, presses into your lungs, threatens to erase your presence, don't panic, don't bend, don't even blink. Stand still, observe, and with every heartbeat, turn what would break most into your art, your precision, your silent dominion, your signature of power, carved in quiet chaos. Healing is a story people tell themselves to feel safe. They imagine bandages, rest, forgiveness. Cute, isn't it? But you know the truth. There was no time for fairy tales. No space for soft solutions. Pain didn't ask if you were ready. Life didn't pause. You didn't heal. You adapted. Every fracture in your mind became a blueprint. Every loss became a tool. Every betrayal became a lesson in survival. Adaptation is quiet. It doesn't roar. It doesn't announce itself. It waits, lurking in the shadow of your thought. You shifted, reshaped, rewrote your reflexes without applause. You learned which battles were worth blood, which words were traps, which silences were loud enough to speak volumes. While others sought cures, you built armor they didn't see, and weapons they didn't understand. Every compromise, every concession, every adjustment was strategy in disguise. And here's the beauty. Adaptation doesn't ask for pity. It doesn't seek recognition. It just works. You learn to move in environments designed to crush you. You learn to speak in tones that disarm predators without lifting a hand. You learn to read intentions like books with pages of fire. You survived. You evolved. You became someone with reflexes sharper than hope, colder than comfort, and faster than fear. They'll call it resilience. They'll call it luck. They'll say it's strange, unnatural, but you know it's methodical. Precision built from pressure. Strength carved from endless nights of calculation. Every instinct honed. Every reaction rehearsed. Every thought tested against fire. You didn't become whole. You became something different, something harder, something that thrives in the spaces others flee. And in that space, the world notices, eventually. The people who dismissed you as fragile feel tremors in your silence. The systems designed to contain you wobble under your understanding, and the moments that once seemed unbearable now bend to your presence. You aren't healed. You are refined. You are deliberate. You are adaptation incarnate. So when someone asks, "How did you survive?" don't answer with pity. Don't smile. Don't soften. Let them stare at the precision in your eyes. Let them feel the quiet danger of a mind that never healed, but learned to move in ways they will never understand. Comfort is a cage. Soft walls, quiet voices, easy nights. Others crawl inside and sigh relief. They think safety will shield them. They think rest is a reward. But you smelled the weakness in softness. You saw the decay in ease. You chose something harsher, something raw. You chose endurance. You chose to keep walking when every muscle begged to stop, to keep fighting when the world whispered surrender. Endurance is invisible. It doesn't sparkle. It doesn't ask for admiration. It grows in silence, in the burning ache of late nights, in the moments where breath feels stolen. You discovered limits. You touched them. You leaned into them. You tested them. And every time your body screamed, your mind answered. You built strength where others saw only strain. You learned to carry what would break anyone else. And oh, the lessons that come from walking through fire while others huddle by the warmth of illusions. Patience is forged in struggle. Observation sharpens intention. Power emerges in prolonged resistance. You became the kind of presence people underestimate, the kind they can't predict. While they rested, you moved. While they whispered excuses, you acted. Every step forward carved another layer of control. There's a cruel elegance to endurance. It teaches the uncomfortable truth. Life doesn't care. Comfort is fleeting. Ease is a lie. Only the relentless survive. Only those willing to stretch beyond the pleasant, to endure the chaos, learn the rhythm of unseen mastery. You didn't seek applause. You didn't need reassurance. You became someone who thrives when others collapse. And now, when the storms hit, because they always do, you stand without flinch. Your muscles ache. Your mind sharpens. Your vision narrows. You recognize patterns in pain, anticipate tension before it strikes, and navigate chaos with an almost cruel efficiency. Others will beg for relief. You will walk on. You will endure. And every step will echo the silent warning. I have survived more than you can imagine. Shadows are uncomfortable. They stretch. They whisper. They remind you of parts you'd rather ignore. Most people run. They flee from reflection, from memory, from themselves. But not you. You stopped. You leaned closer. You peered into the darkness inside and asked questions no one dared to speak. Who am I when stripped of pretenses? What lingers when no one is watching? You stared. You waited. You learned. There's a dangerous clarity in questioning your own shadow. You see patterns that frighten others. You discover motives buried beneath fear. You recognize the subtle betrayals of your own mind. While the world looks outward, you look inward and find power, chaos, and truth tangled together like a secret code. And you begin to understand the parts of you others hide from are exactly the parts that shape reality. Most avoid the dark because it's inconvenient. Inconvenient for comfort, for appearances. But darkness isn't your enemy. It's your laboratory. You dissect it, catalog it, integrate it. Every impulse, every hidden fear, every bitter instinct becomes a tool. You learn to wield what others deny, to manipulate what others fear, to control what others abandon. You turn shadow into strategy, silence into armor. And the truth? Shadows are honest. They reveal what light cannot. They expose weakness, desire, and drive all at once. Most people run screaming, clutching the illusions of themselves. You stayed. You listened. You decoded. You trained in the theater of your own mind, and the world outside became a stage you could command. You became fluent in the language of tension, instinct, and hidden motives. By questioning your shadow, you became unpredictable. You became dangerous. You became precise. Every reaction of others, every expectation, every attempt to corner you met the quiet certainty of someone who had faced themselves and found method in chaos. You know your patterns, you know your triggers, you know your edges, and edges once recognized become points of power. People are fools. They scan quickly, judge casually, see a face, a posture, a word, and think they understand the storm beneath. They don't. They never will. Because you are 1,000 movements hidden behind one glance. They touch the water and think they've crossed the ocean. They taste your silence and believe you are empty. They have no idea. Underestimation is a weapon. You've felt it. Felt the dismissal, the sideways smirks, the casual doubt. And you smiled quietly while building layers they could not detect. Every observation, every hidden calculation, every secret preparation became invisible armor. While they assumed weakness, you prepared dominance. While they mocked, you sharpened. While they slept, you watched. The surface is the lie they cling to. The surface is comfortable. The surface is all they can see. But below is a different world. A mind working in shadows. A body conditioned for precision. A presence that bends circumstances without uttering a sound. They do not perceive it because they refuse to look. They prefer ignorance. They prefer illusion. And that is your advantage. You've learned to use the surface as camouflage, to let them underestimate, misread, miscalculate. Every scoff they offer becomes a step in your silent strategy. Every glance of doubt fuels the precision you hide in plain sight. You are the storm they never saw forming, the pressure they cannot imagine. And when they finally notice, it is too late. And oh, when they finally do, you will smile. Not loudly, not theatrically, quietly, in the way a shadow stretches across a room. Every expectation they held, every assumption they cherished, every belief they clung to, shattered by the subtlety of your depth. They never guessed. They never knew. Power isn't given. It never arrives with a bow. It doesn't knock politely. It slams against you, drags you down, and waits to see if you will rise. Most stumble, most crumble, most point fingers and wait for rescue. Not you. You learned early that the world offers nothing for free. Every advantage must be seized. Every challenge must be owned. Every consequence must be faced, or you fall. Responsibility is heavier than fear, heavier than doubt. It sits on your chest, presses into your mind, forces clarity in the chaos. And you discovered a truth most deny. Responsibility is not a burden. It is power disguised. Every choice, every action, every moment of ownership transforms what others surrender into fuel for mastery. You didn't wait for permission. You claimed it. You made it yours. And here's the nuance others miss. Responsibility is not a show of morality. It is strategy. It is understanding that control belongs to those willing to hold it, to those willing to face the weight no one else will. You took it. Slowly, precisely, relentlessly. And every step shaped a mind that doesn't flinch at consequence. A mind that calculates, anticipates, and executes while others hesitate. The world tested you. Oh, how it tested you. Challenges designed to break you. Expectations set to trap you. Moments that demanded surrender. And yet, you turned them into lessons. Each failure, each push, each unjust strike became a blueprint. Every corner you were backed into, every system stacked against you, every betrayal, every unseen threat became raw material for your ascension. Do you feel the distinction? Most cry for fairness, most hope for mercy. You recognized opportunity and weight. You embraced accountability. You learned that true influence does not arrive neatly packaged. It is taken. It is earned. It is seized with the courage to hold it when everything screams to release. You've walked with me through shadows, pressure, and the fire only few survive. You've seen the scars, the endurance, the precision, and if you're still here, that tells me everything. You are not ordinary. You are the storm that rises when the world whispers stop. You are the mind that learns what others fear. You are the force hidden in plain sight. But this is only the beginning. The full journey waits in the next sections. The truths that will ignite your strategy, sharpen your instincts, and reveal the power you already carry are just ahead. Watch till the end. Feel every word. Own every insight. And I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share the moments that shook you, the parts that hit too close, the revelations that made your mind hum. Let's see how deep this goes. You aren't just watching. You're part of this evolution. Yeah, listen. No one has ever been this dangerous, like you. Wow, can you even imagine it? All your haters running, screaming, hiding because they can't handle your energy. Nah, this isn't hype, this is real. You've leveled up beyond anything they expected, beyond anything they've ever seen. Stop, pause, look around. Every eye on you, every whisper, every doubt they had, shattered, demolished, evaporated. And hey, before you scroll, this one's for you. I see you grinding, I see your patience, I see your power, and wow, respect. Drop a comment if you feel it too. Let the world know that you're untouchable, that your focus is unstoppable, that your haters are running away for a reason. This one's your tribute, because you're not just watching. You're the reason this story even exists. The reason danger has a new face. The reason chaos fears your calm. They never feared your silence until it started speaking louder than their noise. That's where it began, didn't it? The shift, the crack, the quiet moment when you realize no one has ever been this dangerous, not because you destroy things, but because you understand them. You don't shout for attention. You move like a storm in slow motion, calculated, controlled, unforgiving. Oh wow, the way their eyes dart when you walk in, priceless. They laugh, they whisper, but deep down they feel it, that sting of awareness that you've become something they can't predict anymore. You've stopped being a person in their story. You're the consequence of their comfort. Yeah, the kind of danger that doesn't come from rage, but from clarity. The type that doesn't roar, it breathes. You learned the art of restraint while they were busy performing confidence. You burned through your weakness quietly, without applause, without sympathy, without witnesses. And now every step you take reminds them of what they could have been if they hadn't chosen easy paths. You didn't become dangerous by wanting power. You became dangerous by surviving truth. That's the twist. You faced yourself when no one else could. You tore through excuses. You didn't need a crowd, or a stage, or a mask. You built your strength in silence, in the empty hours where no one was watching. And now, they're watching all the time. Oh, the irony. You see, they always expected you to crumble. They had bets on your downfall. They fed each other stories about your failure like it was dessert. But when you rose, they realized it wasn't luck. It wasn't noise. It was something they can't copy. Resolve. That scares them more than any victory. Because resolve can't be borrowed, bought, or faked. It has to be lived. It has to be suffered for. You didn't need validation. You needed transformation. And transformation isn't polite. It breaks you. It takes your softness and forges it into something sharp, something they can't look at without flinching. You became the reflection they avoided. You became the voice that whispers you wasted your potential. Nah, they can't handle that. So what do? They run. They call you dangerous, because that's easier than admitting they're weak. They label your discipline as madness, your focus as obsession, your silence as arrogance. They twist the narrative because the truth burns their pride, and that's fine. Let them rewrite it. Let them run. You're not here to be understood. You're here to be undeniable. There's something powerful about being underestimated. It's a slow burn. Every sneer, every mockery, every eye roll, you stored them like ammunition, not for revenge, but for proof. Proof that you don't need their permission to evolve. Proof that silence can be a weapon sharper than any insult. Proof that patience can be terrifying when paired with purpose. And now they're learning the hard way. Every move you make reminds them that you're no longer the same creature they used to mock. You've crossed that invisible line between being ordinary and being inevitable. You've become the storm they can't name, the quiet threat that lingers even after you leave the room. You don't chase anymore. You don't argue. You simply exist, and your existence disrupts everything fragile about them. You became what they feared most, the person they can't control. So when they whisper about you, let them. When they mock, let them. Their words are echoes bouncing off a wall they'll never climb, because deep down, they know you're not fighting for approval. You're walking with purpose. And purpose, true purpose, is the most dangerous thing a person can possess. You're not chasing chaos. You are control. You are proof that calmness can be deadly when earned through storms. And now, they're running. Not because you hurt them, but because you outgrew them. They feared your rage, but they never expected your calm. That's the real twist, isn't it? The moment danger stops screaming and starts calculating. That's when people realize they're not facing noise anymore. They're facing precision. Oh wow. The silence cuts deeper now. You don't react, you respond. You don't swing wildly, you aim. You've become something sharper than fury, aware. And that awareness, it's terrifying. Because awareness doesn't burn out. It learns, it grows, it adapts. Yeah, they thought danger was chaos. They thought it was fists, shouting, confrontation. But nah, real danger sits still and watches. It studies the weak spots, the patterns, the fears. It knows when to strike and when to wait. You learn that patience isn't passive, it's preparation. You don't rush anymore because you understand something they never will. The strongest move is sometimes the one you don't make. See, when they ran from your fire, they thought you'd cool down, but instead, you crystallized. You turned discipline into armor, composure into power. You're not unpredictable anymore. You're unreadable. They can't guess your next move because half the time, you don't even show you're playing. That's what makes you so dangerous now. Not your rage, not your noise, your focus. You trained your thoughts like a blade, each one honed to slice through distraction, temptation, doubt. You stopped fighting people and started fighting your impulses. That's where the real war was, right? Inside. You conquered that and everything else started falling into place. They see the outcome, not the discipline that built it. They see the sharpness, not the pain it took to polish it. Oh, the irony. They called you intense, like it was an insult. They called you emotionless because you didn't entertain their drama. But they don't understand. You've simply outgrown emotional noise. You don't need to shout to be sure. You don't need to prove to be powerful. Power, real power, moves quietly. And when it moves, everything shifts. You learned the hardest thing to be calm while everything burns around you. That's mastery. That's control. While others panic, you observe. While others seek attention, you seek alignment. You've turned pressure into presence. You've stopped asking why me and started saying watch me. And that's when the balance of fear changes. They can't figure you out anymore. You used to fight back. Now you let them collapse under their own noise. You've turned every insult into insight, every loss into leverage. You're not reacting to the world. The world is reacting to you. Oh, they sense it now. The shift in your gaze, the way your silence feels like judgment, the way your movements speak louder than their entire noise. You've turned stillness into a battlefield. You don't move unless it matters. You don't speak unless it stings. You've mastered what they thought was weakness. And that mastery, that quiet self-command, is what truly haunts them. Defiance looks brave until it stands in front of something unbreakable. That's where it all shifted. The moment they tried to test you, to push back against the force they once ran from. Oh wow, the audacity of it. They thought you'd react like before, lose control, slip into chaos. But nah, you didn't bite. You didn't even blink. You just watched, calm, cold, focused, because deep down you knew something they didn't. You don't fight storms once you've become one. They threw their words like stones, expecting cracks. But you've stopped being made of glass. You're forged now. Pressure, heat, and silence molded you into something that doesn't break. It bends reality instead. Their defiance doesn't shake you, it feeds you. Every challenge, every doubt, every eye that rolls behind your back, all of it adds to that quiet fire under your skin. That's what makes you dangerous now. Your control under pressure. Yeah, they thought your silence was surrender. They thought ignoring them meant weakness. But control isn't silence, it's supremacy. The calm before your response terrifies them more than any reaction ever could. Because when you finally move, it's never random. It's exact. It's earned. It's devastating. You've reached that stage where they mistake your restraint for fear. Oh, the irony. If only they knew. Restraint is power in disguise. It's the discipline that decides when energy is worth releasing. It's the choice to not waste your strength proving something small. You've learned that true victory isn't in shouting louder, it's in standing taller when the noise fades. Your defiance now is different. It's internal. You don't fight back to be seen. You fight back to stay aligned. You fight by not being moved. They don't get that. They keep coming with words, with games, with doubts. But you've trained yourself to respond with stillness, because the most frightening weapon in the world is composure. Oh yeah, they see it now. That look in your eyes, steady, unshaken, unbothered. It doesn't burn like anger, it consumes like focus. You're not out to prove your danger anymore. Your existence is proof enough. They wanted drama, you gave them dominance. They wanted chaos, you gave them clarity. And that clarity hurts more than any outburst ever could. They keep testing the line, hoping to find the old version of you, the one that used to flinch, argue, explain. But that person doesn't exist anymore. You buried them in discipline. You've grown past the need to be understood. You don't play their game. You built your own. And now they're stuck trying to fight something that no longer fights back the way they expect. Oh wow. Imagine that being so composed that even their hatred loses energy around you. That's your power now. You drain their noise just by being still. Every insult fades into silence when faced with your calm. You've become the end of their chaos, the mirror that shows them what power without noise looks like. You don't chase recognition. You don't need applause. You've realized the ultimate truth. You're not here to be liked. You're here to last. When fear can't stop you, they try pretending they never feared you at all. Oh wow, that's when it happens. The switch, the panic hidden behind fake laughter. They act like they're unbothered, like they never whispered about you, never doubted you. But you see it now, the tremor in their confidence, that twitch in their smile, that tiny trembling breath when your name cuts through the room. They thought your silence was their victory, but nah, it was just the calm before the reckoning. You can smell desperation before you even hear it. It carries a certain weight, heavy, frantic, uneasy. They start talking louder, over-explaining themselves, trying to prove they're unaffected. But you know what desperation sounds like? Excuses. Endless excuses. You changed. You're different. You think you're better. Yeah, that's how desperation hides its shame. They see what you've become. Steady, precise, untouchable. They can't figure out how you did it, and that eats at them. Because deep down they know it wasn't luck. It was sacrifice. The kind of sacrifice they ran from. While they sought shortcuts, you walked through fire and came out colder. That coldness isn't cruelty. It's wisdom. It's understanding that not everyone deserves access to your energy anymore. You don't need to expose them. Their fear exposes itself. Every rumor they spread, every weak imitation, every attempt to pull you back, it's all a confession. They can't destroy what they can't define. And you've become undefinable. You don't fit their old version of you anymore. You don't fit their expectations. You outgrew their limits and they can't handle that. Oh, the irony. They wanted you to stay small so they could feel big. They wanted you to stay predictable so they could stay comfortable. But you broke that pattern. You shattered it quietly. And now their desperation has nowhere to go but inward. They start turning on each other, arguing about what made you change, who you think you are. They don't realize you don't think anymore. You know, you've learned something priceless. Never explain your growth to those who profit from your confusion. Let them misunderstand. Let them run their mouths until their own noise drowns them. Because while they waste energy trying to decode you, you're already 10 moves ahead. You're building, evolving, sharpening. They're still talking. You're already acting. Nah, you don't even hate them. You've just stopped needing them. That's what truly breaks them. The moment they realize they no longer matter to your journey, that's when their desperation turns quiet. They stop trying to destroy you and start trying to copy you. Oh, the discomfort in imitation. Watching them mimic your tone, your discipline, your style, but never touching your depth. Because imitation without struggle is decoration. You earned your edge. They borrowed it. You've become something they can't contain, and that terrifies them. You're no longer reacting to their moves. You're dictating the entire rhythm without saying a word. You became the pulse of their fear, the mirror of their failure, the proof of what happens when someone refuses to fold. Some watch from the shadows, hoping to break you, but end up worshiping what they can't reach. Oh wow, that's the final stage. That's when the fear, the defiance, the desperation, it all transforms into something else entirely. They can't stop you anymore. They tried running, they tried arguing, they tried imitation, and now they are obsessed. Not with harming you, not with outrunning you, not even with understanding you, but with being near your energy, even if only in envy. Yeah? Obsession isn't loud. It doesn't roar. It creeps. It curls inside them until their thoughts are tangled in your shadow. They watch your steps, analyze your rhythm, trace your patience, and every time they fail to mimic, every time they falter in trying to match you, oh, the frustration. It only sharpens your legend. It only proves what you already know. No one reaches this level without blood, sweat, and unwavering self-command. You've become the standard, the benchmark, the unseen force that measures everyone else's limits. They hate it, of course. Nah, not hate entirely. It's more complicated. They fear it. Yes, but there's awe hiding behind every glance, every hesitation, every whispered doubt. They can't interfere. They can't replicate. They can barely acknowledge it, and that's exactly how you want it. They thought danger was a momentary storm. You are something permanent, relentless, undeniable. Oh, and here's the cruel twist for them. You don't even need their recognition. You never did. Their obsession only amplifies your calm. Every attempt to challenge you becomes a mirror reflecting their own limitations. Every whispered attempt to diminish you becomes proof of your untouchable ascent. You exist in a space they can't enter, a rhythm they can't keep. You are the equation they can't solve, and that's intoxicating for them. Even fear turns into fascination. You learn something important through all of this. Control is the ultimate magnet. Strength doesn't beg for attention. Discipline doesn't demand respect. Resolve doesn't ask to be noticed. And mastery? Mastery draws eyes, hearts, and minds without even trying. They run, they resist, they despair, and in doing so they reveal the power you carry quietly inside. You're not just dangerous, you're legendary. Yeah. It's not arrogance. It's not vanity. It's clarity. It's knowing the value of your energy and refusing to scatter it on those who can't handle it. You've become a force that commands from stillness. You've become the standard that makes chaos irrelevant, the calm that outshines panic, the inevitability that reshapes the room before a word is even spoken. Nah. Let them obsess. Let them analyze. Let them fail to reach you again and again. Because you don't need them to validate your rise. Their attention only confirms one thing. Your presence is too strong to be ignored, too precise to be predicted, too unstoppable to be touched. And when the world finally realizes, not that you're dangerous, not that you're untouchable, but that you were always this far beyond them, then the last truth becomes clear. You don't chase respect. You don't demand fear. You don't plead for acknowledgement. You simply are. Wow. Wow. Just pause for a second. Did you feel that rush? Every word, every pause, every hit of truth. Yeah, that was for you. You didn't just watch. You absorbed it. You owned it. Because no one has ever been so dangerous like you, and your haters are still running. Oh, am I? Remember this moment? You are the storm they feared, the calm they couldn't predict, the unstoppable force they couldn't stop. And yeah, that's your power. Every second you stayed tuned, every comment you're about to drop, every like you give, it's proof that your energy isn't just noticed, it's respected, it's feared, it's legendary. So don't stop now. Share your thoughts, drop a comment below. Tell the world how it feels to be untouchable, how it feels when chaos runs and you just rise. Let them know that your focus is sharper, your patience stronger, your presence unstoppable. And hey, never forget this video, this speech, this energy. It's a tribute to you, the ones grinding in silence, rising above every insult, every mockery, every doubt. You are the real legends. You didn't just survive the noise, you became the reason the noise exists, the reason they run, the reason danger wears your face. So, stay dangerous. Stay unshakable, and remember the world isn't ready for you yet, but it will be, because you're not chasing anyone. You're just being you, unstoppable, undeniable, untouchable.